Finally. Skyrim is real. I am in Skyrim. This is Patrick Gill for Polygon.com with a little look at Skyrim VR. This is a full Skyrim experience coming to PlayStation VR from Bethesda. And it is, it's what it looks like. It's Skyrim and all of the Skyrim expansions, except you can play them in full VR using your Move controllers or just a regular controller if that's what you're into. So here I have a PlayStation Move wand in each hand that I'm using for my shield and my sword. And the way that I'm getting around, there's a couple mobility options. There's the teleport thing, which is, what a lot of first-person shooters in VR are doing. And this one has a slightly different one where you point your left Move controller in a general direction, and then you hit a button on it, and you'll start coasting in that direction. It's pretty smooth, and you'll notice the peripheral vision focusing in there. These are all settings that you can modify, and that is there to sort of help mitigate motion sickness. I guess they found that, cutting into the peripheral vision, giving people a bit of tunnel vision helped a little bit with that stuff. So, we are right after the opening of the game that everybody remembers and everybody is tired of doing every time they make a new Skyrim character. Mercifully, they loaded us up right after that. So this is just the beginning of Skyrim. Still the warrior stones. You get to praise the sun a little bit there. So we went off the beaten path here, and the devs showed me the bow and arrow controls, which is, a totally overhauled thing. It didn't work like this really at all in the original Skyrim. You can actually knock an arrow and draw it back and shoot it at people. And it's worth noting here that we are playing on Novice, which kind of feels like the way Skyrim VR should be played, because it is not as precise. I mean, Skyrim was never super precise to begin with, but it is even less so when you're playing in VR, but it is still a fun experience. So I landed my first shot here, and then I'm going to miss a whole bunch. So this felt good. It also felt a little bit weird, just because, it's Skyrim, and, we're just sort of moving that guy's health bar down. There's not a ton of immediate feedback every time one of those arrows lands, but I'm going to try to take out the sun here. Oh, no dice. So overall, the game doesn't really feel, it's Skyrim. It doesn't feel like it was super designed to be played using these motion controls, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not fun. I had some pretty fun sword fights. Casting spells is entertaining because, you have full independent control over both of your spell casting hands. And I think more than anything, we all love being an asshole in Skyrim, but using these sort of motion controls and just going into people's houses, which I'll do later, and just sort of wrecking up the place and throwing their belongings around. It's already fun in Skyrim, but when you're actually just sort of reaching onto somebody's table and, grabbing their cabbage and throwing it at their face, it's entertaining on sort of another level. I think, we're going to see a lot of really bad behavior from people who experience Skyrim this way. So in-game, a lot of the stuff feels pretty natural, but navigating the menus was a little tough for me. It might be a thing that just takes some getting used to, but it wasn't super intuitive, and Skyrim is a game with a lot of menus, so that might be a bit of a problem. So Skyrim VR is coming out really soon. It'll be out November 17th. It includes all of the DLCs, no mod support. It's its own little siloed off section of Skyrim. But if you feel like being a huge jerk in Skyrim and just really feeling it, check it out. Anyways, I am going to be quiet now and let you watch the rest of my demo. Hang out until the end when I do a little bit of breaking and entering and making people's lives really miserable. Thanks. Bye.
What's the matter with you? You want to start a blaze?
Picked a bad time to get lost, friend. Fus Ro Dah!
This is the last time I'll say it. Get out!
Guards! Trespasser!
That's close enough. You're not supposed to be in here.
Never should have come here.
Fus Ro Dah!
You're dead! Dead! You won't leave here alive.
Not.
have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense? A stretch in the Castle Dower dungeon will straighten you right out.
That's
close enough.
You're not supposed to be in here.
Never should have come here.